I'm Roberta Good, and I'm the president and founder of Good Compliance International. Pleased to be joining you in beautiful Alexandria, Virginia, for the Q1 Productions Medical Device Supplier Quality Conference.
This is the third time I've been to the conference. I first was introduced, I guess, about 4 years ago, and came here, found it very insightful as far as what's on the agenda with FDA and also getting information and benchmarking with our peers within the industry, so I found it very helpful.
The first conference I came to was last year in Minneapolis, and it was my first time. I didn't know really what to expect. And after attending that one, I learned a lot from other of my colleagues there at the conference. A lot of people came, and I realized that I'm not the only one dealing with some of these issues.
I think it's so important to attend conferences like this because you're really learning about some of the newer things that are going on in the industry. And it's helpful to network with others and really bounce some ideas. Here's some other questions and perspectives from other organizations. So it's extremely valuable.
The opportunity to benchmark is probably one of the most efficient ways to learn what not to do and what to do. You know, to get best practices, to get lessons learned, watch outs, and all of that. People from kind of the whole spectrum come to the Q1 Productions conferences. You know, you've got the really big global companies and you've got the much smaller companies and everyone in between. I think you get a great mix of benchmarking opinions, so you're sure to find some learning that you can take back to your office and be practical and more effective right away.
I've learned a lot. So the whole perspective of learning about some of the other industries that influence us, so the aerospace and automotive, I'm very curious about. My perspective has been strictly medical device throughout my career, so I'm enjoying seeing the other perspectives and point of view and gaining some best case practices.
I think the thing I like the most about it is the exposure to the OEMs in the field, to be with people whom I would probably never get an audience in my normal life as a sub-tier supplier in the medical device industry, and hearing from them firsthand what their expectations of suppliers are.
I met some individuals today that I connected with, and I'm going to have some follow-on conversation with them, so I'm kind of excited about that as well.
For me, the big learning was FDA and ISO 13485. And how to interpret what a certificate really means.
I think as far as introducing or recommending to someone else, I think it would really be important is to have somebody also from other aspects of our company to come here that maybe aren't involved in quality, to hear from the people from FDA and some of the people in industry and some of the bigger companies to understand so bring back the message, so we can bring back the message to them. But to come here and hear it firsthand could be very beneficial.
I think it's worth the investment. I was noticing every seat was filled and people weren't leaving to, go out and sort of take a break or whatever. They were very engaged during the whole meeting, and it's because they're learning new things. It's because they're learning from each other. So I think it's extremely important.
I think it's well worth the investment. We're getting exposed to industry trends. We're getting exposed to OEMs, we're getting exposed to suppliers and all of the concepts that tie everyone together.